Hello, how is everybody doing on this fine Wednesday afternoon? I am coming to you live from the spare bedroom of my landlady. The construction people have given us a new notice, and the new notice has informed us that they will be working from Monday to Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. So that changes things for me quite significantly. I can't count on being able to do videos from my own house. So I'm going to do them from here going forward. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Little Whiskers. And hi, Boss Lady. And yeah, we'll see how we get on with that. It's going to be, hi, Greer's Garden. How are you? It's going to be, I think it's going to be pretty disruptive, but I don't know. We'll see if I can make it work from my landlady's spare room. The general consensus among everyone in general seems to be that it's probably going to take them about 4 years to finish the construction. So they were busy moving heavy equipment, no word of a lie, at 10 minutes to 5 this morning. So I got a video of that. And then when that stopped for about an hour, and then they started up again at about 10 after 7, which is 20 minutes before they're legally allowed to start. So I spent a fair bit of time on the phone today, phoning around and finding out who to complain to officially. So I got some pretty good responses from City Hall, some pretty positive, like, yeah, we're on it. They are not allowed to do that sort of stuff. And requests potentially for the video that I took and that sort of stuff. So hopefully they will not ruin my life for longer than 12 and a half hours a day. And hopefully it will work out with my landlady. I feel a little bit weird walking in and out of her house unannounced, but she seems unfazed by that. So sorry, that has been my whole day so far. Has been dealing with that and getting myself moved over here. There's not much in here. I brought my little, you can't see it very well, but I brought my little carved wooden angel over so there would be something on the wall behind me. So yeah, it's a nightmare. I can't believe it. There's a real problem in the city right now in that our civic government is very much in the pockets of industry and developers, and there doesn't seem to be anything that I can do about that. Like, there literally is nothing I can do about that. So the development going on around me is insane. Yesterday I actually sent an email inquiring about another apartment locally in the neighborhood. Yeah, Apples is here whining at me. I think he wants to go out. And I wrote to him and said, listen, I wouldn't even be moving, but this is what's happening in my life. And he's like, yeah, they're building a house right next door to here. They just started. So it's literally everywhere. And I can't believe it, but Apples is giving me the gears over here, and I think he might need to go outside. And I haven't been feeling very confident about his little tummy lately. So I am incredibly sorry to do that. And I will just start. I'll just start the video before I do that, so you guys have something to watch while I go out. So sorry, I have to figure out how to remove this. Share this. This is just a little clip of Aphrodite Jones. I'm going to play this first because this is so insane that I think that it's a really good intro, and it's just very short. It's just a little TikTok. Sorry. So here we go.
I am not here to just write about crimes or talk about crimes or somehow profit off of murders. It's something that I've always been accused of. Before there was ever a true crime thing, I was a thing that nobody understood. And they're like, why do you like all this horrible stuff? I don't like it. I wound up in it. I am not.
So there you go. That's who we're going to be watching. She seems intense. I did watch this. I sort of listened to it in the background with Jolene, and I think it's worth having a look at because I think it gives us a little insight into the people that the true crime superstars like Lauren. So, okay, I'm going to put it on and then I'm going to just let the dog out real quick and I will be right back.
Everyone, welcome to Web Sleuth's YouTube Live. Tonight, we're going to talk about a death. A woman named Diane Whipple. Back in 2001, she was attacked by two massive dogs. Some of you might remember this. It was in San Francisco. And the owners of the dogs ended up going to prison. Now, I remember there was an interview by one of the owners who was there when the attack happened. In fact, she had control of the dogs when Diane Whipple was trying to get in her apartment away from these dogs. And the interview was so bad, you can't find it anywhere anymore. But this woman, and we're going to talk about her and her husband and everything, this woman tried to blame it on Diane Whipple, saying Diane could have gotten into the apartment and she didn't. She was wearing perfume. She shouldn't have been wearing perfume. And she had groceries, and maybe she didn't have groceries, then, this wouldn't have happened. During this live interview, she tried to blame Diane's death on herself. It was crazy. Well, again, there was a trial. It was a big, huge deal all over the US. And then it went away for most of us. We didn't know anything. Well, come to find out that wasn't even the start of the story. That was just a little part of the story. And this story is so dark and so weird and so bizarre. There's only one true crime author that I would trust with it, and that's Aphrodite Jones. And today, if you look at the link that I've posted in the description, in the chat, and it's in the description, you click on that link and it takes you to Amazon and you can buy Dog of War. That's DOG space large.
So I wouldn't recommend going out and buying Dog of War personally. I mean, the whole intro with the, I missed most of it because I was letting the dog out, but the whole intro with the only person that I would trust with this story and the whole, Tricia's in the know about the true crime superstars. Yeah, so it does rather. Hi, Michelle. Driving but listening. Nice. It does. So if you watched, Jolene did a thing about the glow up of the backdrop of Tricia's thing and how it happened about 4 months after Beth B passed away. And she did a kind of a celebration of the glow up, right? Woo! But she never mentioned in that celebration that all of the new studio came from Beth B until many, many, many months later. So that seems a little strange to me. Hi, Two Birds on a Wire. Nice to see you. Just another human. Hello, the Sparky Pilot. Hey, HMS Jen Lady. Hi. Why would a superstar go on Tricia's channel? This is a good question. But both she and both Aphrodite and Lauren are there. So apparently the superstars are all know something that we don't. Yeah, I mean, Tricia is one of those people, from what I can see over the years of just little snippets of things that I've seen of her, is just one of those people who always manages to look just a little bit awkward, no matter what she's wearing. And I don't. Her taste is not my taste, and I'm not a fan of the gaudy jewelry and the bracelets and the blazers and all that stuff. But you know, whatever. Each to his own, I suppose. It's not my thing. Boss Lady says Tricia had a huge glow up with her background clothing, Julie. Interesting timing. Yeah. I mean, I was thinking about it, like trying to figure out how did this happen? Like, how did she access? If it was from, I mean, who even knows? Who even knows what she's lying about, what she's not lying about? I mean, it seems very clear that she is a lot like Lauren and that she says whatever is expedient in the moment. So, you know, maybe she's lying about it coming from Beth B even. But I was just trying to think of, like, if she had the phone and if she had access and she had her purse and she had access to her bank accounts and all that, if she had used that access to get a hold of money, surely all of that would come out. Hi, Wicked Stitches. Surely all of that would come out in the you know, in discovery. I mean, I know she's claiming that she dropped the whole case and everything, but even when the, you know, when Daphne would go to do the finances, to sell everything and to liquidize the estate to be able to donate everything, surely bank records would show that, right? Or yeah, maybe that, right? HMS Gen X lady. That's a good thought. Maybe she spent money she didn't have. Oh yeah, that's right. Actually, Jolene said that. She said something about what's his name? Clark Griswold from Christmas Vacation. Spent buying the pool and then the money not coming in. Yeah, very much so. You remember that? You remember that in the 80s when they all had you could buy a book that told you how to fold your scarf in 87 different ways or whatever. Yeah, that's why I'm saying bank accounts would leave a trail. So I was trying to figure out how she might have made that happen. But yeah, I haven't seen all of the field trip video yet. So Jolene makes reference to stuff that I haven't actually seen on the videos yet. Hi, John Smith. Nice to see you. But yeah, it seems very clear that she is, in fact, a bad woman. I think that we are on safe territory saying that now. It seems very clear. I don't know if you guys have seen the Olap video. There's another new Olap video out as well. So there's the Olap video, Web Sleuth, the musical. And then there's the one that's like, it's about 20 minutes long from 2020, where Tricia talks about how the trolls robbed her. Hey, Billie Jean. The trolls robbed her of her TV deal. And then now there's another one, about a 16-minute long one that I haven't watched yet. So it's another older one by the looks of, she's carrying quite a bit more weight and her hair is different. So it's another older one. But anyway, I thought I wanted to do this one because I think it's really emblematic of what these folk are up to with the grifting. And I think it's also emblematic of how they support each other, right? How they, you know, like attracts like who was it that Lauren is talking about, her dear friend, the one that she got together with at CrimeCon, the other blonde one with the pasted on face. Hi, Sparky Pilot. Oh, hey, thank you. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, Olaf does a good job. They do a fine job. I really am very appreciative of people who have those type of creative skills to do that sort of stuff. Also, I mean, just Jolene too. She's very funny off the cuff, man. She's Susan Hendricks, exactly who I mean. Yeah, they're of an ilk, you know, and they all kind of stick together in their little unctuous, oily way. Yeah, Susan Hendricks. Somebody else got Susan Hendricks too. Hey, CH does CH. Nice to see you. Yeah. So anyway, we'll carry on with Tricia.
O''war. And it tells the story of this couple that has these dogs and the Aryan Brotherhood and this leader of the Aryan Brotherhood in Pelican Bay. and how they adopted him in this weird love triangle. And that's just the beginning. Now, I got to tell you, if you go to Amazon and look up Aphrodite Jones, for some reason her new book doesn't come up. So just go to Google, put in Doggo War and Aphrodite Jones if you don't click on the link tonight, and that will get you to Aphrodite's book. It's some weird glitch on Google. And as you know today, folks, nothing is easy, but I've got the link posted in the chat, and it's in the description, and it's on Web Sleuths. I'm putting the link everywhere because this is one book that we have to read, because
because I've got an affiliate link, and if you click my affiliate link, then I'm going to get some money if everybody reads it. So so just to say, if people don't know who Aphrodite Jones is, she's like the grandmother of true crime from way back in the day. She's been writing books about true crime for forever. She was born in 1958, same year as Tricia. So they are both 68 this year. Yeah, 68 this year. But yeah, she's been around for a long time, and she's written a lot of books. So she is, I think, who Lauren aspires to be.
Aphrodite Jones has put years and years into this book. First, I want to welcome back a dear friend. I love it when she comes on our live stream. It's Lauren Mathias from...
She's straight up hammered, people. Just straight up hammered.
Hidden True Crime. How are you, Lauren?
Good. How are you, Tricia?
We are doing...
So honored to be here.
Oh, I am thrilled. Ladies, this is going to be a great night. And of course, Stacy, my executive producer. How are you doing, Stacy?
Did she say I'm hammered to be here? Because that's what it sounded like to me. Look at her. She's looking at Oh my God.
Stacy.
I'm doing great.
Good. Okay. Very good. Hang on and keep hang tight, Stacy, because I'll probably be going to you a lot. So do keep that in mind. And ladies, let's welcome to the stage our good friend. We are so happy that she is here with us tonight to discuss Doggo War. It's Aphrodite Jones. How are you doing tonight, Aphrodite? Yay.
Hi, ladies. I am doing well. I am thrilled to be here. You know I love Web Sleuths. You know I love your people. I saw a post.
Okay, I'm just going to recommend that you just watch Lauren. Just watch Lauren, because it's awesome.
Just now from somebody who said they went to school with Jim Hammer, and she's 60% through the book. So I'm thrilled to hear that.
That's wonderful.
Thank you for mentioning. I don't know what's going on with Amazon. You get the book. If you Google it, boom, you go to Amazon and there's Doggo War. It's a brand new book. The release is today. But yet when you go on Amazon and search for it, it is not there.
I'm assuming that she has one or more staff members on that getting answers.
It takes you to a different book of mine.
Right.
It's maddening. But regardless, this book will have traction. It will have legs for some of the reasons that you started to mention, Tricia.
And there is so much to it. And
because the crime is so salacious.
One of the reasons I had Lauren here tonight, because I know Lauren, and she is going to love this book, and she's going to have some incredible questions for you too, because
she hasn't got a single incredible question for her. Awesome. They were born in 58, both of them, 1958. Helen Johnson. Whatever Aphrodite is on in this Something Made of Gold. Yeah, I think that she's on the uppers and Lauren is on the downers. So it's quite the contrast.
We couldn't even get through, with as much time as we have, we couldn't get through everything that you've discovered on this book. But let's go back. You've actually written a book about this, and now you've rewritten it. Why don't you tell us about that? And then I'll be going to Lauren here in just a little bit.
Sure. So 25 years ago, when this happened, I was at the trial, and I wound up I wrote a book where I interviewed Robert Noel. I actually met and did a quick talk with Margie Noller in jail, interviewed Noel in prison, interviewed all the prosecutors, all the players, everything else. The thing was, back when I wrote this, I had 5,000 pages of documents because I was also looking at these two lawyers started representing inmates who were in Pelican Bay State Prison, as well as dirty prison guards. And so in the original book, I was going down some of those rabbit holes to show how involved they are with the Aryan Brotherhood, rather than just, they're in love with the leader, one of the leaders of the Aryan Brotherhood, and they adopted him, which is insane, but because they wanted him to be their son, but really their lover. But
honestly, if you're not watching Lauren, if you're not just straight up watching Lauren, do not watch Aphrodite Jones. She's just doing normal things. Watch Lauren having to cope with being hammered and having to pay attention to someone else who outshines her in her field. It is.
But I realized that this went down too many rabbit holes, and all these other cases they're involved with the Aryan Brotherhood. They're dangerous people, but we don't need that to understand this story. So I decided I'm going to pare it down. I got the rights back.
I mean, the contrast is so amazing. This Aphrodite Jones is like, she's like a little chihuahua that's like, pissed off about somebody being near their toy or whatever. She's got plants, she's got awards and magazine covers and book covers. She's completely, the whole scene is super busy, and she's just a dynamo. Lauren is on the orange couch in front of the blank wall with a weird looking patterny cushion and a complete blank stare on her face. It's brilliant. Apples, go lie down, bud. This is where we are now. I know it's not new. I know it's new, but we're just going to have to live with it. So I don't think he needs to go out. I think he's just not sure why we're in the landlady's spare bedroom. So yeah, she looks crazy, doesn't she? She just looks, she looks like she's filled with venom and hatred.
Rather to it from HarperCollins, and I realized that the title is wrong because it doesn't tell you anything. Red Zone was a title that I got from Cesar Millan, who told me the dogs got into a red zone. And so at that time, he wasn't even known as the dog whisperer yet. This is 25 years ago, or yeah, he just was starting. And so the title is wrong, the caption's wrong, or the tag, because it says the behind the scenes of the San Francisco dog mauling. It is not about a dog mauling. This is about the Aryan Brotherhood. And Dog of War was the organization that they created to sell these vicious, dangerous dogs. That was the name of it.
Okay, I might have to slow it down again because she's too intense to have it sped up. She's making my brain hurt. But so yeah, she does that thing too a little bit. I think that's a little bit of name dropping, right? Where the message is, oh, she's talking about the red zone with the dog gets into the red zone. But really what the message is that she knew, Cesar Millan, the dog whisperer, back before he was even the dog whisperer.
Their breeding scheme, Dog of War. So yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I want to mention the names here. We're talking about the Aryan Brotherhood and Paul Schneider, right? Is that how you pronounce his name?
Yes,
okay,
Schneider.
and his attorneys are Robert Noel and Marjorie Knoller. Marjorie Knoller is the one that I spoke about, who gave the interview. I think it was to Good Morning America. That was so shocking.
They both interviewed with Good Morning America, Tricia, and let me tell you, they told Elizabeth Vargas straight out. She said, do you feel responsibility for what your dogs did? And Marjorie Knoller said, responsibility? No.
Yeah,
and she did say, she should have just closed the door. I know I would have. This is a woman who was there when Diane Whipple was attacked, bitten 77 times.
Okay, yeah. It's all very sensational, but seriously, watch Lauren. She looks like she's trying not to throw up. And she's got the hiccups. And she's bored to tears because they're not talking about her.
Those two dogs, between them, Bane, the male, weighed 140 pounds. Hera, the female, weighed 100 pounds. These dogs were pit bulls on steroids, never heard of before. Presa Canario, the breed, okay? 240 pounds of dog on Diane Whipple, an athlete, tore her to shreds,
Yeah, this is exactly what I was saying the other day about how I always kind of was not really interested in true crime because I didn't care for all the sensationalism and stuff. Oh, thank you, Helen Johnson. That's awesome. New member, Helen. Yay, welcome. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. This whole thing with Aphrodite here where she's just like ramming the sensational horrificness of it all down our throats for some reason, as though we need to know that. You know what I mean? I don't get it.
Every piece of her clothing off of her, and Marjorie Knoller witnessed that, and then decided she would just walk right over Diane to get her keys so she could let herself back into her apartment with her dogs. Didn't call 911. That's who we're dealing with. I mean, the outrageous conduct of her and her husband.
I cannot stop watching Lauren. She is, all she's doing is trying to stay awake, I think. Right? She's trying to stay awake, and she's trying to look like she's interested, and like this is a very serious topic. And one cannot, do anything except look very serious in the face of it. And the hiccups, yes. Oh, opiates.
Is what sparked such a fire throughout San Francisco. They wanted to save the female dog. All right. Both dogs were involved in this lethal attack, yet they insisted that Hera be held, and they would not give permission. Not that they really had to give permission because they claimed she wasn't part of the attack. But yet Marjorie Knoller told police she was tearing at Diane Whipple's pants. So
I feel like she's yelling at us, which is not, she was cross-eyed. Awesome. I feel like she's yelling at us, and it's very unpleasant. I wonder, I guess that's why she writes books rather than hosts a live channel.
Which one is it? Of course the other dog was part of the attack.
Of course.
Of course it was two dogs, one at the head, one at the feet.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a vicious and animal dog hearing in which they were trying to save Hera. That's the female dog. Now, once this hit the news that they were on Good Morning America, they were on 2020, they were on other shows and things, media was all over it. Now people are seeing this on the local news and they're realizing, I know those people, I know those dogs.
So she just said a minute ago, didn't she just say a minute ago that this story isn't about Red Zone? It's not about the dogs. This isn't about the dogs. This is about the Aryan Brotherhood. And then she just launched into details about the vicious attack by the dogs. And that's what she seems to be talking about. And yes, I think that's a good point. Nobody summarized the case that she's talking about, and she just dove in and started ranting. Yeah, I feel like she's yelling at us. So look at that face, right? Look at Lauren's face. Again, the contrast. Lauren is barely awake, and Aphrodite looks like she is going to transmogrify into a vicious attack dog right in front of our eyes. It's wild. Wild. These people are crazy.
It hadn't been put together. The dots had not been put together that throughout the city of San Francisco, at various dog parks and various sidewalks and various neighborhoods, those two dogs were lunging at people. The mailman had used his metal cart to get him away from the dogs.
Still no explanation of the whole Aryan Brotherhood thing, right? Just crazy. I don't hear any frogs either, but maybe that's because the attack dog is shouting so loud we just can't hear them. Hi, M. Spacebird. Nice to see you.
A child was almost bitten by the dogs.
Too much. I agree, M. Spacebird. She's too much. She's too much. She's yelling at us, but just keep your eyes on Lauren because she is comedy gold. While you're being yelled at, you can take some of the edge off by the comedy gold of pissed out of her face Lauren Mathias.
Other dogs were hurt by these dogs at dog parks. At one point, Robert Noel's finger was severed off by Bane completely. Okay,
oh my
that
God.
Marjorie took him.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I don't really want to hear all the details. I don't want to hear all the details. I'm just going to jump ahead a little bit.
Was started in San Quentin in the 19th.
I mean, it kind of seems like she hasn't stopped talking, right? She hasn't given anyone else even a chance to ask a question or be involved in the conversation in any way. She's just there yelling at everybody. So in some ways, I can kind of feel for Lauren, because there should be more of a discussion here than just everybody being yelled at by one panelist. So I blame Tricia for that, because she sucks as an interviewer and she's not in control of anything. And I would bet you my bottom dollar that she's happy about it, because she doesn't have to try to come up with questions. She can just sit there and let Aphrodite Jones go off like a, I don't know what.
1960s, because prisoners naturally segregate themselves. The whites, but the whites, we know, we've seen it on all these TV shows. The blacks, they're all in gangs. That's their protection. And so in Pelican Bay State Prison, which is the Supermax, you have the Aryan Brotherhood, and they're dealing with MA, the Mexican Mafia. So they're dealing with the Latins, and that's all good for them. But they're not just about the ideology. Yes, they're all the ideology's there. Don't mistake that. It's skinheads. It's Nazi symbols. It's 666 tattoos. It's monstrous stuff. Okay.
Again, right? I just feel like all of this is about shocking us into being amazed by her, by her deep knowledge of white supremacist iconography. Like, I mean, sorry. She's boring and overwhelming at the same time. Lauren is not boring. Lauren is hilarious.
Okay, and support for the white people and code of silence and let's protect our white children are all about white power and white supremacy. But what was more important to them is money, power. They were a criminal and are a criminal.
Oh my God. What a reveal. Who could have thought that the thing that they wanted was power and money? Oh my God. This woman is amazing. Amazing.
Organization. That's why they were charged under RICO, a racketeering organization, because what do? They traffic in sex trafficking and drug trafficking. And the reason that Paul Schneider started Dog of War and was selling these unusual dogs called Presa Canarios, get to that in a minute, but the fiercest, hottest dog that there could possibly be was he was selling them to his associates, the inmates that are Aryan Brotherhood that get out to guard their meth labs, pot farms, heroin labs, all throughout the state of California.
Yeah, so that little bit thing at the beginning, that little video clip that I played where she's like, it's not about the sensationalism, this all came to me or whatever. It is 100% about the sensationalism. She has done nothing but sensationalize every aspect of this story since she opened her mouth. And she's incredibly rude, grandiose. She's taken up all of the oxygen in the room, which is difficult because Lauren has usually already sucked up most of the oxygen in the room. So I'm just saying, I am not having a good impression of Aphrodite.
And guess who helped that happen? Robert Noel and Marjorie Nolan. So this all comes out because of the killing of Diane Whipple. None of this was known because all the mail between these two lawyers and their adopted son, Paul Schneider, the monster, was all confidential legal mail. Nobody was allowed to open it. It's from the lawyer to the inmate. It wasn't until the death of Diane Whipple and the efforts of the San Francisco police, the district attorney's investigators, and the California Department of Corrections has their own special agents that worked in conjunction and got a special master to be able to look through everything and say, the judge, unseal it. And now suddenly you see these bizarre pictures.
Oh, God, I'm not even following this. I am actually trying to follow what she's talking about. I don't even know what to say. This is a woman who has been working professionally in this field since the 90s was probably when her first book came out, right? Maybe even sooner than that. And she has no idea how to behave in a panel. She's literally yelling at everyone, and she has not let one other person even speak. My God, she's appalling. Like, I was not expecting a lot, but this is Terrible.
Drawings and photos and letters and love letters and secret languages. And he's writing to Schneider in German. And I mean, just crazy.
The other thing that's interesting about this is that it sounds like it's quite an interesting story. Like the pieces of the story are quite interesting, and like there's, you know, things to uncover and be, you know, interested in. But the way that she is putting it across, I am not feeling like I even want to hear any more about it. Is she intoxicated? Yeah, maybe this is the question. Is she, we were saying she's on the uppers. Hi, ASB and Betsy Tag, and Lauren appears to be on the downers. But Lauren's a lot of fun to watch. Aphrodite's not that much fun to watch. But Lauren is, because she's A, nobody's paying any attention to her. B, she's absolutely hammered. C, she's in the presence of someone who has a lot of clout in the industry that she wants to have a lot of clout in. So it's important to her not to come off like a complete numpty. And D, she has literally nothing to offer to the conversation. So she's very entertaining to watch. Aphrodite, not so much.
It was insane. It was absolutely crazy. And again, that's where this book goes. I just want to show a picture of the cover of the book because it's very compelling, and I think the cover tells a story as well. And let me just get that here really quickly. And again, this is from the website on Amazon. And there, I mean, tell us about that picture, because I love that picture. That
is Bane. Mm-hmm. On the cover. That is Bane. That is the dog who killed Diane Whipple.
Yeah, I hate that cover because it's completely sensationalist, and it's everything.
Bane.
It's everything that turned me off of true crime in the first place. And I understand that these dogs needed to be, you know, sent to the endless heaven doggy buffet. I understand that. But I don't care for the way this whole thing kind of seems to put it all on the dogs, when the dogs are, you know, in some ways innocent in all this, right? It was their handlers who let them down and caused their deaths by doing that. So this is the kind of commentary I would expect from Tricia, because this is the kind of thing that impresses her, right? That like, oh, that's so scary. I'm so scared of the demon dog. Like, spare me. Either she's impressed by it or she's just kissing ass because, you know, maybe she can get some money out of her later or something. God knows.
By the way, you know, the names are deliberate. So when you think of the phrase, the bane of my existence, bane means death and destruction. That's what the name means.
Oh my God, really? That is so insightful. I never would have thought of that. Oh my God. She is amazing.
Okay. And let me be clear. I am not blaming these dogs.
Right.
This is not the fault of these dogs.
And yet you're putting a picture of those dogs on the front cover of your book called Dog O War. So you're not blaming the dogs, but you're just getting everybody all in a state of upset over the dogs so that you can make some money off of them. So if we're being clear, let's be actually clear instead of whatever BS this is.
I was doing the research on this. I went and met somebody who was a Prescanaria owner. All right.
Oh my God, she went and met somebody who was an owner of that type of dog. My God, she is committed. That's amazing. She is amazing. I mean, look at Lauren's face. Lauren obviously agrees. She's amazing.
Because I needed to know that this isn't really what this dog is all about.
You don't need to know that this isn't what this dog is all about. No dog is all about that unless it is trained to be all about that. And if you have reached the age of 68 and you have not yet understood that, and you feel like you need to come here, you need to go and meet this dog to try to understand what is this dog all about, you're coming off like a complete idiot, to my mind. And it's all in the service of coming across like some kind of an expert hero who cares about dogs.
And sure enough, I even had a picture in my original book about it. I don't think I included, I may have included it in this book as well. I think I did. You know, a lovely, sweet, big dog.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, pit bulls are, I mean, given the right training in the right environment, they're lovely. They used to literally be called the nanny dog because they were so universally trusted to look over, to keep watch over babies. And if you Google the phrase, you know, nanny pit bulls or whatever, you will you will find a bunch of old like Victorian type postcards and photographs of pit bulls dressed up in little like the nanny from you know, some kind of Disney movie with a little bonnet, you know, and the little little bib or whatever. Well, yeah, so it is all very much about how we treat them, of course.
Huge dog, but sweet, with the jaws and the teeth and a mouth that is bigger than any dog you can imagine. So a Presa Canario is from the Canary Islands. That's where it gets the name. And in ancient times, they were used to take down bulls in rings, bull rings. Okay, now that breed was.
Yeah, that's a great Peter Pan. Thank you, Seti. That's exactly who I was picturing, and I couldn't think. It's exactly who I was picturing, the nanny from Peter Pan. Glam Dolly says, Tricia is supposedly an animal lover, yet lacked the authenticity backbone to challenge Aphrodite Jones on that hideous horror movie style called demonizing all dogs. Shame on her. Yeah, exactly. Because everything these fucking people do is performative. It's all about image, and it's all about what's expedient in the moment. So in the moment, it's expedient to suck up to Aphrodite Jones. At other times, it's expedient to look like she's a nice little old lady cat lady who just takes care of all the neighborhood cats. So yeah, very nice point. Thank you, Glam Dolly.
Banned in Spain in the 1960s. It's also been banned in many countries around the world, but not banned in the United States of America. However, the American Kennel Club does not acknowledge that breed.
We are literally 15 and a half minutes into this, and this woman has not stopped talking long enough to give anyone else a chance to say anything.
Because it's too dangerous? It's just too dangerous to have?
Too dangerous. But there are a lot on them, and I guess after the dog mauling happened and what happened to Diane Whipple, there are people that saw it and thought, oh, this could be good for me. I don't know, but there are Presa owners. I've checked on it, I've looked. And again, they can be nice. These dogs, however, were mishandled and mishandled in the worst possible way.
Absolutely.
In what way?
Okay.
Abused.
No, they were abused. You're right. There was an abuse, but it wasn't a deliberate abuse. It's a very strange story. So
again, with the sensationalism and everything, and now we have to hear about how they abused the dogs. I do not care for this one. I'm going to move ahead another couple of minutes. I don't want to hear about the dog abuse.
Because you forget about all the lethal fences and everything else. You got to walk a long distance in the open on the turf that looks like Mars. That's where he's housed. He's never getting out.
So this is what she thinks being a guest on this show means? It means that she comes and just yells at everybody and talks nonstop and doesn't let anybody get a word in edgewise. How has this woman made it to the top of her career? By being a pit bull. That's how. Yeah, maybe. Maybe, right? She went to meet somebody who had one of these dogs so she could figure out, what is this dog about? Is it really good? Is it really a vicious, evil dog? Or is there something else going on here? So she's a bore, and she's a sensationalist, attention-seeking, grandiose, narcissist, seems like.
He's in there 23 hours a day, gets 1 hour a day down the hallway in a cinder block room that has a milky covered skylight. You never see the sun.
Okay, it takes a lot for me to feel sorry for Lauren, but I actually kind of feel sorry for her right now because even if you weren't hammered, it would be very hard to sit. Stacy's the smart one, right? She can be behind her avatar, rolling her eyes or doing whatever. Although maybe she's sucking it up because these guys are huge suck ups. But well, Lauren is there because
that's what a monster he is.
Mhm.
He actually stabbed one of
Lauren is also a true crime superstar. I do think we're going to get to that, Mary. You just have to hold your horses.
his attorneys while he was going to an appearance with a shiv that he had in his leg. That's who Paul Schneider is. But Paul Schneider.
Oh, is that who Paul Schneider is? Can you guys see that? It says Paul Schneider. Maybe it's a different Paul Schneider. Killed Playboy playmate Dorothy Stratton in 1980. You remember that? You remember all that? Yeah, she is scary, right? She's really. Can you imagine working for her? Jesus.
Schneider and his cellmate Del Bretches, who are also Aryan Brotherhood, get somebody on the outside to convince a Christian woman that she needs to start being a pen pal to Paul and ultimately go visit Paul. And then Paul convinces this woman, Janet, I'm not going to use her last name because she went into the witness protection program because of this.
Okay, she just
Start eating her sheep.
Oh my
And
God.
then they eat her daughter's cat. They kill her.
okay.
It's a little weird human element. Like, we love animals, even if they do horrible things, but no. He says, I'm getting my.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get to the point where Lauren says literally anything at all. I am extremely tired of listening to this woman, so I'm sorry, but I cannot go on like this.
Leave them alone. Leave them out here. We don't want them.
They're not fit
Mm-hmm.
to be around any kind of humans. Of course, Noelle and Nola could care less. They now take the dogs and the puppy bargains, and they would go to the Getty's mansion and make snide remarks about, well, if she cares so much about the homeless, let them live here in the mansion. Very involved with Paul Schneider.
Mm-hmm.
And 25 minutes in. We are 25 minutes in, and she is still talking and has not given anyone else a chance to join in. There's no conversation. She is dominating the whole place. And Tricia is too lame. After how many years has she been broadcasting and been doing interviews? Hasn't got even a single skill to rein this in or make it into a conversation. It's wow.
And they have now taken the dogs, and they now have the dogs, and they're doing constant reports to Paul Schneider. Got in the elevator today. Okay, didn't know what to say. What are you going to say? You don't.
I'm sorry, people. If you want to hear what she says, you're gonna have to go watch this yourself because I cannot stand it. It's awful, isn't it? Right? I was not expecting it to be this awful. I feel sorry for Lauren. I genuinely do. Look at the faces. Let's look at the contrast of the two faces there. God.
Story. Aphrodite, God. This is just.
Sorry, I want to look at that again. Where are we? 27:18.
God.
Sorry.
This is just too much. This is.
Oh my God, Tricia said something true, but she's not saying it about the thing that's actually too much. She's saying it about whatever she's trying to suck up to Aphrodite Jones with.
And this is just the beginning. This is just the start of this story. Aphrodite, I'd like to bring Lauren in, if I could, for
27 minutes and 28 seconds it took for her to invite Lauren into the conversation. Yeah, I would be furious too, honestly. Oh, thank you, Cappy. That's very delightful of you. I would be too if I was Lauren. Honestly, I'd be pissed off.
For just a moment.
Of course.
Lauren, I know you have a million questions, and I want you to go right ahead because I'm trying to.
Lauren doesn't have any questions. I bet you anything Lauren doesn't have any questions. And I also bet you that Tricia thinks that Lauren has a million questions because Tricia is so daft that she thinks that Lauren is authentic. I would bet you anything, even knowing, as she must by this time, that Lauren's whole, restraining order was a scam. I still think that I still think that she looks up to Lauren or sees Lauren as, something. And she believes, I bet you she believes, yes, that she has 1,000 questions. Yes. Again, thank you, Cappy. That's very generous. I very much appreciate your support.
To process this. I didn't know this. I didn't know what.
I'm just waiting to see what is Lauren finally going to say. It's been almost 28 minutes. What will Lauren say?
What Aphrodite just told me. I'm trying to process it all. So feel free to ask Aphrodite what you want. And then we do have a few questions in chat, but go right.
Yeah, because she doesn't have any actual questions, right? Because she has no idea how to do an interview. Tricia has no questions. She's relying on Lauren and questions from the audience. Neither her or Stacy have any questions for this woman.
Ahead.
Yeah, first Aphrodite, it's so good to have you on. And my book copy is ordered, by the way. I'm so excited to be able to read it. And when I have finished it, I would love to have you on Hidden True Crime as well.
Of course, the first thing she says. Of course, the first thing she says is about making herself important, of course.
I would be honored to come on your podcast. We'll do that. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're a legend. Let's just lay this out here. You're a legend. I think that you're sitting in front of all of your books, or those are your books in the background, by the way. I'm looking.
Yeah, again, that's not a question, right? That's not a question. The book, Kathy Shields, the book is called Dog O War. And Aphrodite Jones, the other guest, is the author of Dog O War. And she has just spent almost an entire 30 minutes talking nonstop at top volume about her book. And now Lauren has finally had a chance to speak. And what she wants is to get Aphrodite on her channel because she's pissed off that Tricia got the exclusive.
At them all.
You books and magazine covers. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I did the Wall of Fame and Shame, I call it.
As you should.
I got OJ.
Yeah, she's so ashamed of it that she sits in front of it to make sure that everybody can see it. Just in case you didn't notice, she's gonna point out a few things for you, just in case you weren't aware.
I got John Bonet up there. I got my buddies up there. Yeah. Scott Peterson's up. My big friends.
Well, you covered Scott Peterson the whole trial.
Yeah. The whole trial. Again, right? These are her credentials that she's laying out for us all to see how important she is, that she has covered all the big trials and written about all the big trials. So again, I don't get the impression that anything coming out of Aphrodite's mouth has anything whatever to do with the victims of the crime that she wrote that book about. Everything that she said and everything that she's saying now seems to be about Aphrodite. So if I missed something, let me know. But I don't feel like she gives a shit about any of these people, except insofar as she can trot them out as trophies to aggrandize herself in front of, her adoring fans. She is what we in my age group call a real piece of work.
Earned that wall of fame behind you.
Oh my God, the jealousy is just oozing out of her.
My question, and I was going to bring up actually Jean Bonnet and Scott Peterson. I mean, these are famous trials, cases you've covered. You've written so many books.
Oh, wow. Great story, Lauren. Wow. Lauren's got some great insights.
I have learned this with cases that draw us in, being in true crime, that there's something that happens where you say, you know what, I'm willing to go down this rabbit hole. And then you find out that the rabbit hole goes to, 30 other rabbit holes. And I'm hearing you tell us this and you're connecting the dots and it's blowing our minds. I would actually like to know, because I don't want to give everyone too many spoilers before they read the book, but what was it? What was it that pulled you into this case, and that made you say, you know what, I'm going to go down these rabbit holes. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to process this, and I'm going to get this book out. Now a couple books. That's,
yeah.
I feel like everyone has an interesting origin story to the cases that pull them in.
Well,
that was a lot of words to say not much of anything. And that's what Lauren does, right? I think that's how she sort of pulls off being this true crime, superstar, is by that. Like, she literally just used about 100 words to say something she could have said in 5 words, right? What was it that pulled you into this story? But instead, she has to try to make it seem like she has this deep understanding of the compelling nature of true crime, and that's what drives her too, and that she can recognize a fellow true crime person who is just intrigued by, like, it's exhausting. They're exhausting. Everything that these type of people do is about aggrandizing themselves and making them look bigger and better than they actually are. And my God, once you're aware of that, you realize how god awful boring they are.
It's interesting you say that, because for me, and this is going to sound so weird, but for me in my life, I feel I am sent places. I feel that there's a calling there, and there is a reason that
okay, that's not creepy at all. That's that whole thing that these people have, right? Where they feel like they have some important, like Trish, guys, she's so important, she's getting messages from beyond the grave that are telling her that she needs to be me and be, this generous person, and that she's got a mission that's been sent to her from beyond the grave, right? Lori Vallow, all these people with their big stories, their big Dr. John and his origin story with the semi truck that ran him over, and the muffler that's actually on top of the truck somehow hit him while he was under the truck, and that's why he became who he is today.
I happen to be in a certain place at a certain time. Like, I happened to be in New York when the Ghislaine Maxwell trial happened, so I was there. And when the El Chapo trial happened, but I was there. But I live in Florida. I happened to be in LA when the Diane Whipple trial happened, because it was in San Francisco and there was so much heat on it, they moved the venue to LA.
Wow, great story, Aphrodite. She's a lot like Lauren, this woman.
So it's that kind of thing where it's a calling for me. What you guys need to kind of understand is
it's more than a calling. It's a woo-woo calling, right? It's more than a calling, like in terms of feeling drawn to do the work. It's like an otherworldly calling where somehow the world seems to be setting itself up and arranging itself around her being on the spot. And it's beyond her control, but it's just who she is, people. She can't explain it. She can't explain it. It's just who she is. Not grandiose at all.
This was not my choice. I did not want to be in the true crime world. All right. I did not want to be a true
crime chose her because she's so special.
Crime goddess.
Look at that. Okay. Sorry. I'm going to need to take a little screenshot. Hang on. Oh, it's not going to let me do it. Or will it? No, it won't. Okay. Where am I going to come back to this 3029? Okay, I can remember that. Yes, Lauren loves that, because if Aphrodite's a goddess, and if Aphrodite is comfortable standing up there and saying, I'm a goddess, then that fits right in with Lauren's I'm an investigative journalist and I do this for my job and I have to be here because I'm extremely important and these people are just trial tourists. So this kind of stuff, look at her face. Look at the pair of them. Couple of psychos. This gives Lauren permission to do this same kind of stuff. That's why I have the what do you call? Hang on. Let me figure out what I'm doing here. That's why I have this. Because she said she was a goddess. And then Lauren was like, oh my God, that means I can be a goddess too. And not only can I be a goddess, but I can say I'm a goddess. I don't have to wait for other people to tell me I'm a goddess. I can own it. I can own my own narrative. And I can be that goddess. Literally. Look at that face. That's exactly, no, not that face. Sorry, I got to share the other thing back again. Look at her face. She has just figured out that she can self-identify as a goddess.
That's my new moniker. I've decided. That's it. I'm doing it. I mean, everything else is taken. So I'm going there. And I'll bring my other goddesses with me.
This is exactly it, right? This is Lauren. I'm owning my narrative. I'm telling my story. I'm taking control.
I need A-listers. I need goddesses. So whoever's out there, first thing, you're going to get a handbag when you write in. I'm Tricia will tell you. Anyway, Bob.
You notice that she didn't actually invite Lauren to come and be one of her goddesses. She specifically did not make that invitation. Lauren assumed, but Aphrodite did not specify.
Bottom line is, it was there. And I just thought to myself, I got to go. It doesn't matter how I get in. I will get in. I will stand outside at 4 a.m. to get a public seat. And I've done it.
Oh my God, she's done it. I think Lauren claims to have done that as well. So that's very exciting. See, this is what true crime goddesses do. And Lauren has got that one. She can tick that one off. She is definitely well on her way to true crime goddess.
Okay, many times. Many times.
She has done that many times, people. And I don't know about you, but I'm not sure that you guys are appreciating what she's done for y'all. She has done that many times. She has done her job more than once.
Times. And I was there, and as I'm watching this trial unfold day after day, and I'm sitting next to Margie Knowler's parents, who are crying for Marjorie.
Oh my God. I mean, it's incredible. The stories. She has amazing stories. And they do seem to be all about the victims and not all about her. So, wow. Great story, Aphrodite.
I'm dumbfounded by the whole thing. I mean,
I don't know if dumbfounded is the right word, but
the details that were coming out in this trial, and Jim Hammer starts, this case starts and ends with Pelican Bay. And I'm thinking, what? Because we didn't know this in the news yet.
This is just so fascinating. I am so glad that Lauren asked a very simple question, and Aphrodite is going to speak for 25 minutes without answering the question. That's just great. So I'm going to move on ahead and see if I can catch Lauren talking again.
Come together in a particular way that makes me understand that you need to be this place. And I can't explain, I can't explain it, honestly. Not for my books. They're to bring light to a dark situation so that maybe somebody out there won't have the same fate, whatever.
Light to a dark situation. That's like Tricia. Tricia did that. She was out the other night. She had a big flashlight and she was going around. She was shining it on the fence and she was shining it on the padlock. She was shining it in the eyes of the neighbor of Beth B. So Trish does that too. Maybe Trish is thinking, maybe I could be a true crime goddess as well. Maybe I could be the elder goddess. Because she shines lights.
The particular story is. So those are my reasons. But those same reasons are always there. It's how did I wind up at the dog mauling trial? Because I was in LA at that time.
Okay.
So to me, It was like,
oh my God, that is so amazing. That is so interesting. Oh my God. So interesting.
Because it worked.
Because there's a reason I'm here and that's there. I wasn't living in LA.
Right
at
place,
that
right
time.
time.
So like I'm there and this is happening. It's like I was there and the O.J. Simpson memorabilia, all his stuff was auctioned off at Butterfield and Butterfield. They had just gotten to LA. I see this in the local news. I ran to the Butterfield and Butterfield. I was there for the auction of all.
This is disgusting. This woman is a disgusting bore. All of this has been about her. Every single bit of it is about her. And look at that wall behind her. Every single bit of it is about her. Look at sad Lauren. She's sad. She was like, I didn't get to go to the O.J. Simpson auction. That doesn't seem fair, but maybe there will be, she's thinking, maybe there will be a Chad Daybell auction. Maybe I could go to that. And Tricia is thinking that, well, she got to go to Beth B's estate sale, so maybe that counts into the goddess thing. Maybe she could somehow work that into the goddess, the true crime goddess checklist.
Oh, O.J. Simpson stuff. Crazy. But it wasn't like I planned it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right. I love it. This woman is 8 years older than me, and she has got a lot of energy. And you see that, like, she keeps doing that thing where she goes like this at the camera. It's very much that attention-seeking thing, right? It's not just that she wants. It's not just her words and her constant. It's me, me, me. I'm a true crime goddess. I was here. I was there. I know all these people. It's that she wants the attention on her, and she keeps sticking her face right in your face. It's extremely off-putting. And I just love the fact that Lauren probably looks up to this woman, hates her, loves her, hates her, wants to be her.
I know it sounds weird. It is weird, but that's.
It could well be the drugs, certainly. She seems like she's on something. My God, she's exhausting.
That's my life.
It
No,
doesn't sound weird. No.
As someone that has spent the night on courthouse steps to get into a trial.
Oh, she got it in there. She got it in there. Good job, Lauren. She waited until her moment. She waited and she watched and she got it in there. She got it in there. Oh, she is killing this true crime goddess stuff. Oh, look at her face. She is very pleased.
Well, I did.
Okay,
She's
girl,
done
I'm
that.
with
Lauren's
you.
done
I'm
that.
with you.
Yeah. And I too didn't ever think I didn't set out a path.
Yeah, so a lot of people say that she didn't do that, and I do seem to remember. I can't remember all the details at the time, but I do remember finding out that like she was there for some short period of time or something, and then she made it look like she was there all night. But she went home and went back to the hotel room to sleep or something. So I think that has been, I can't remember the details, but I do think that it was basically shown that it was false.
To be in true crime either. I set out a path to be a journalist. That's what I wanted to do, was help tell people's stories. I just never thought it was true crime. You were in the news industry. In the news industry, you have the A block and the B block.
You have the bacon block and the head lice block.
And the C block when you're in the news.
Right.
And I actually liked the B block stories more than the A block. The A block was the true crime that was going on locally, and the B block was like the feel good.
Right, of course.
Yeah, she liked that better. She was happy doing the county fair chocolate bacon story. That was where she wanted to be, people. I mean, I know you know that. So, she didn't realize at the time that she was going to be called to true crime. So
I loved a solid B block assignment every day. Honestly,
I used to cover entertainment. I covered the evolution of cable television.
Okay, so we're having it's a competition now, right? It's a competition now.
So I was at every party and back in time in the early 80s before all this. And I didn't think I was going to be dealing with monsters and sitting in Pelican Bay Supermax. That never occurred to me.
My God, she's so amazing. She deals with monsters. I don't know if you guys know that. I mean, she just looks so small and so slight and everything, and yet she's got such inner strength that she goes out there and she battles the monsters for us. She's like a true crime goddess.
Right. Yeah. So I get it. Like you, though, it was the stories that
Lauren cannot help herself, right? Like you, me too. Don't forget about me. So yeah, Dog of War. The title of the video is Dog of War, the shocking new book by Aphrodite Jones. Get a free copy. I haven't heard any free copy thing yet. Maybe she's going to give one away or something. But yeah, Lauren is just talking about herself because I feel like she's jealous, right? She wants to insert herself in, like, we're supposed to be talking about this book, I thought, right? I mean, it's not that Lauren, I feel like Lauren should have been able to discuss the case, that they should both have, I think Tricia even admitted at the beginning that she doesn't really know the case, right? I feel like everybody should have sort of done some research on the case, and then they could have had an intelligent discussion about the case. But that does not seem to be what the point was. I'm not sure that Tricia knew what the point was. Clearly, Stacy has nothing to offer. And the only thing that Lauren has to offer is me too. # me too. To this display of grandiosity.
told me, that had me going down a certain direction of research, and here I am.
Yeah, and you guys, you have so much in common, including spending the night on courthouse steps waiting.
So wait a minute, though. Wasn't her story originally that she loved true crime so much? That was not her and John's origin story, that on their first date, they spent the whole night talking about crime because they were just both obsessed with true crime? Isn't that? And now she's here saying that, no, she really loved the chocolate bacon beat.
In line.
Isn't that lovely?
All night long.
It's wonderful, especially when it's freezing in New York. And
yeah.
Freezing.
Exactly.
And we love
Anyway.
Weatherford. So here we are. So,
And Lauren, I'm going to come back to you in just a second. This has been asked a couple of times in chat.
Shut up, Lauren. It's not your turn yet.
And I want to know this too. But Burnt Popcorn asked this first. How in the world did these two lawyers get permission from the landlord to keep these two monsters in their apartment building?
They didn't have permission. That's the next thing. They had no permission.
Okay, but you don't have to yell it at us, right? You could just say they didn't have permission and that was part of the issue. But instead, she's yelling it at us. And the whole thing from that little bitty clip at the beginning was her saying about she's not about sensationalism when she's literally not about anything else. It is positively exhausting to even listen to her.
Multiple dogs were not allowed in the building. Large dogs were not allowed in the building. So what they did initially is they would take Bane out because they look similar, Bane and Hera, the same coloring, the same brindle hair coloring. They would take Bane out separate.
Literally, who cares? My God. Oh, this is exhausting.
There was a plumber that came to their apartment to fix a pipe by management of the building. They were renters. The plumber had a German accent. Robert Noel is Jewish. Excuse me.
Lauren was happier when she got to have a little bit of a turn of talking. And now she's, oh, what's going on? Missed it. What's going on?
Keep going. I mean, I'm
Okay, well,
fascinated.
we're gonna come back to you in just a little bit.
I need to do one thing. My battery on my phone is dying. Excuse me.
Oh.
I know. I'm looking at it. That's why I keep looking away. I'm like, oh God, let me.
Don't you worry about it, my dear. We'll just sit here. And
We
again,
get a better view of the
Of the wall.
of
Yeah.
shame.
we
I
love
didn't
seeing
want
that.
Yeah, because Lauren wants to get a real nice close-up look at that wall. She wants everybody else to be able to see what a successful person Aphrodite is. I think that Lauren wants to get a good close-up look at that wall so that she can make a list of all the little accolades she needs to collect so that she can be a true crime goddess too.
That
That
wall.
really, but okay. Sorry, guys. I didn't. know this phone has, the phone's been blowing up all day because people are like, what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, this is the wrong wire.
That's okay. Take your time. Take your time. We are so used to technical problems on this live stream.
I have
It's true. They are used to technical problems on this live stream.
to go get my charger.
You go take your time.
I
We
am
can
so
we can
sorry.
chit chat here.
Okay.
So
Now Lauren has a chance to talk, but unfortunately Aphrodite isn't there to hear all of the brilliant things that she has to say. So that's a little bit disappointing, but still it's better than nothing.
Talk about
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, no more BS T7M. This was like a week ago or 10 days ago or something. Not long.
Yeah,
We'll talk
that's why
amongst
we love
ourselves.
Web Sleuths, actually. The dogs come in and keep us company. And
I
we
know.
chat
Oh my
and we
gosh.
can let-
now this
So-
is a vicious dog right here. This is vicious right here. Author text Bug Nugget the first. Authy. It's
Yeah, they can't even come up with an actual intelligent conversation while the guest goes out of the room to get her charger. They can't even fill the space with an intelligent conversation about true crime. They have to do whatever this is. Not that there's anything wrong. I mean, I know people love to see your pets and everything, but I feel like when you're having a show where you're inviting on kind of a special guest like this, there should be a little bit more of a just a plan for what to talk about, a plan for where the interview is going to go. Just have something set up so that it's not whatever this is.
nonstop
Aw.
full toy with this little guy. But
Lauren looks like she's pretending to like dogs. Oh, I thought I was going to get a chance to talk, but now we're going to talk about your dog whose name is Butt Nugget. I'm having so much fun here on this live. I'm really glad I decided to come.
That makes sense, Lauren, that they were Sue Happy. So you have Sue Happy lawyers with two vicious dogs. Everybody's going to stay away from them.
Sue Happy lawyers. This woman is a true crime aficionado by all accounts, and she does not know the word litigious. For the love of peanuts, Tricia.
And I'm
Absolutely.
I'm assuming the landlords are probably out of town landlords.
Yep.
But I would assume also that they may have been sued because of when this happened, because allowing this. But I can't wait to get into
Okay.
how
That's a lot of assumptions. Why would you assume those things based on nothing? What a weirdo. These people are just the worst. God. Let's go over here. Where's my cursor? Come on, cursor, show yourself. There you go. Glam Dolly says, it's obvious the only person present who actually read the book is its authors. What is the point of executive producer Stacy? She never contributes anything. She occasionally grunts knowingly, and she sometimes provides cover for Tricia when Tricia starts telling lies that are, not tying in with the old lies that she told. So she does have her reasons. But yeah, it appears that not a single one of these people prepared for the interview of a woman with her new book. Not that the woman with the new book is a great subject, but my God, this is awful. I think if you had a professional interview person, maybe Brianna who did the interview with Lori, or somebody like Nate who would like prepare for the interview and have questions set out and be ready to kind of pace things and keep things moving along and interesting for the audience. These people are all claiming to be true crime goddesses and professionals of the highest order that have decades of experience. And this interview is a fucking car crash of embarrassment.
I'm
Oh,
back
go ahead.
and I'm
You're back?
plugged in.
you're plugged in, ready to rock. Okay.
Yeah, Nate does great interviews because he prepares, right? HMS Gen X lady, like he prepares. He knows his subject and he goes in with some good questions. I mean, I'm not, I know there are maybe some questionable things about East Idaho news and all that, but as far as what I have seen from Nate, the man has integrity. And he takes his job seriously, and he does a good job of it. He doesn't do whatever this is, right? I mean, the other thing is that Lauren is obviously pissed and unable to behave in a manner becoming of a guest on your podcast, and yet you haven't got the wherewithal to say, Lauren, you're drunk, go home. We'll see you next time. The whole thing is just an embarrassment on every level. And in fact, Stacy should be doing that, right? Stacy should have told Lauren that she couldn't be on if she was going to be in that state. And if she wanted to come on the show again, she shouldn't be in that state. But then these guys are probably desperate for panelists. And so they don't want to make any boundaries around Lauren because she might not come back if they tell her the truth about her embarrassing behavior.
Oh,
Very good.
Yeah.
I don't
Very
know
good.
about my background looks like anymore, but I'm not.
Okay, she's back. And she sat down and just started talking instantly. Here we go. Aphrodite's back. When she's in the room, everybody else needs to go move into the background instantly.
Not going to worry about it.
You
It
look
looks
great.
good.
All
That's
right.
fantastic.
Okay.
Okay.
You have
So-
the cool screen that like follows you and zooms perfectly. We all need
She
that.
does. Yes.
Oh,
Good.
yeah.
Okay. Well, that's by accident. Trust me. I don't.
Lauren's jealous that she's got the camera with the zoom lens that will follow her around. She's going to add that to her true crime goddess checklist.
know anything about.
It worked
I'm
beautifully.
trying. I'm learning slowly.
Why does what is with Lauren's upper lip today? She keeps doing this. Like she looks like she got no upper lip. Is it just that did she stop with the Botox or something? And her lips have shrunk? What is going on with the lips?
It worked beautifully. So, and again, our mods are putting the link up in chat to your book, and we're getting a lot of comments. People have already bought it. They love it. It's great. And we're going to keep promoting it. And again, everybody, if you go to
Thank
Amazon, you can't find it. Just go to Chrome or Google and put in Dog O' War plus Aphrodite Jones, and the link will come up. It's some weird glitch on Amazon.
Go to Chrome or Google, people. Just Chrome or Google. One or the other. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I don't know all the details about this horrible stuff, but yeah, she looks like her top lip has disappeared. Every time I see her lately, she's a different person.
And of course, we can't get a hold of a human to help us fix it.
No,
but
no. There's no human.
no
There's
human involved. So,
No,
but that's
no.
okay. We'll keep going here. So they go to trial, and I think we all remember the trial of Marjorie and her husband. And they
Well,
were
I don't
found.
know that everybody does. I mean, people that are new to the true crime genre
That's
wouldn't
true.
know
How
what
about-
happened 25 years ago. You know.
Can you
Tricia, right? Well, we all know about that, so we won't bother giving a recap or anything. Our audience doesn't need to have a recap. Like, that is just standard operating procedure if you're about to introduce something. It's ridiculous.
you briefly describe, because wasn't one of their sentences thrown out or something happened? There was something funky. So let's, if you don't mind, I mean, how much time do you have tonight? Because I could.
I mean, I just want to make sure everybody knows that I did not bother to prepare for this interview at all. So I'm going to need you to tell me what happened because I don't have any idea.
We could go here for 12 hours, but
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, we should try to wrap in 20 minutes or so
Okay.
if that's can work. And I do need to get to the bestiality.
yes, we'll get to, I'll tell you what, let's,
She does need to get to the bestiality. And I cannot believe that we have to listen to another 20 minutes of this. I mean, of course, we don't have to listen to it at all, but you know what I'm saying? 20 more minutes of this? My God.
talk about the trial, and then we're going to get into the really, really weird stuff.
You
How's
don't
that?
hear that every day, by the way. We've got
You don't.
20 minutes left and we need to get to the beast.
Bestiality.
I was
No
just going to
problem.
say that.
We're
I was
used to
gonna say
that.
the same thing.
We'll get to it.
There you go. That's what Stacy's good for. She was just going to say the same thing. She was just going to make the same comment as Lauren. Oh my God, what a hilarious group of girls. These girls are hilarious. They're irrepressible. Irrepressible.
We
We'll
have
get to
20
it.
minutes, guys.
OMG. Okay.
Oh boy. Okay, so
yeah.
here we go.
So
The trial.
now this was unbelievable. I'm at the trial in Los Angeles. Okay, now I'm completely in. Like I'm moving to San Francisco to do this
Mhm.
story. There's no question. And I did. And so the jury comes back Robert Noel, you have to understand, was not even in the building when the attack occurred. But the grand jury decided to charge him with manslaughter because he knew that he had lethal weapons there once that all that was presented. Margie Knoller, the grand jury asked for secondary murder. The prosecution wasn't going to go for that because they don't want to overcharge. Is this real?
6 whole minutes there wherein Lauren did not get to speak even once. The other guest.
I mean, it can't be real.
6 minutes. She had to sit there and just listen.
How can this be real? Then you see the pictures and the drawings, and you're like, oh my God, this actually happened. This is actually a thing. This is a thing that happened.
It's disgusting. I've got a picture of them both up on the screen right now. Yeah, not exactly something that you think of a sexy time when you look at them. That's for sure.
Okay, that's pretty rich coming from Tricia. So I guess these are the baddies. These are the dog owners, I guess. I don't know. I am finding this all very tedious. Are you guys wanting to hear more of this? Oh, look, Lauren's talking.
20 minutes, but I want to give you more time because you're amazing, and I want to turn it over to you for a little bit.
Oh, I'm just ready to keep talking about. No, just kidding. Actually, I was going to say the bestiality, and then I was like, it's not even a good joke because that was so gross. That was actually
just disgusting.
It was disgusting.
Oh, God.
We covered it. So I'm kind of like actually like sitting here like.
Yeah, right. So I'm actually really glad that I just skipped past all of that because I don't want to hear about bestiality. Let's see what Lauren has to say for herself. Here we go.
Like, oh my gosh, that's when you put their pictures up. I was like, okay, it's a
bad visual. Bad visual. Really bad.
Yeah, really. They even look better in the orange jumpsuits.
Yeah, much better. They look a lot sexier in those orange jumpsuits. Like Neil Campbell says, super freaks, no question.
Yeah. Kay Lou is saying Noel was obsessed with Bane's maleness.
Oh, yes. Yes, that's right. He was always bragging about Bane's big penis and his big balls. I mean, he would tell people in that book to find little bits and pieces of that stuff. So I don't know.
You know, what's interesting to me is that Lauren literally doesn't have anything to say. Like, she sits there looking all pissed off and upset about not being able to join in the conversation. And that when she's asked to join in the conversation, she literally doesn't have anything else to say. And yeah, Carmel's saying the fawning from the cat lady, like that's exactly it, right? She doesn't have anything to add either. She doesn't have anything to say. All she has is, you're amazing. This is amazing. Everybody's so amazing. It's the same way that she described her friend Beth B, who she, scammed all that money out of. Every time she talks about her, she describes her as this amazing. She's so amazing. She's so amazing. She's so amazing. But she never says what it is about her that's amazing, other than that she gave people money. Like, there's no actual. She's not able to actually describe her friend or her friend's qualities at all, right? Which to me is just a dead giveaway that it's all phony. Okay, stop it, bud. I'm sorry. I know it's uncomfortable, but we can't leave yet. Sorry. Apples does not understand why we are in here, and he wants to leave. Yeah, I don't think that any of these people are serious people. I do feel like, Aphrodite seems to have made an actual career out of this. And Lauren has, even in her own way. They do make a fair bit of, bank over there at HTC. I don't know. I've lost track of what I was saying. I'm finding this all very boring at this time. I was sort of wanting to hear more of what Lauren has to say, but it seems like she doesn't have anything to say. Yeah, Mary, you can't spell Grifter without Griffith. It's absolutely true.
But it's there, but it's not it. Craziness. Anyway, go on, Lauren.
No. I'm actually reading the comments.
Yeah, I got nothing. I literally got nothing. Don't come to me for comments because I am an empty vessel. So I'm just gonna look at the comments.
I'm looking forward to reading this. People know about this case though. That's what I'm learning about it for the first time. I've purchased and ordered the book. I was able to find it, by the way. Rest assured, I just go get it, and there's websites.
Oh, well, thank goodness for that. Lauren was able to find it. Whew. We can all sleep tonight.
Live, but so someone is saying they can't find it. keep looking, but
It's
a
crazy.
lot of people do know about it. The maleness thing is actually getting me. Hearing about
Okay, so this would be something that Stacy could do. Stacy could spend her time right now finding a link to the book that works, and then she could post that link for the viewers. But I think that maybe they don't want that to happen because they want to have maybe they have an affiliate link, right? And they want to put up the affiliate link so that they get paid a little cut of anybody from Web Sleuths who buys the book. So just saying.
that. What is it with true crime? And there's always something to do with somebody's maleness, you know, or I swear it's like the beginnings and ends with that.
Oh God.
This is Lauren's contribution to the conversation, people. God.
In true crime. But
Yeah.
even when it comes to Bane, a dog.
Right. Oh
just
God.
You know, that or mommy issues, which I guess could be correlated. I don't know.
Yeah. I guess
Oh my God. None of these people is even slightly funny, and they're all trying to be funny, and it's making me just cringe inside myself with embarrassment, secondhand embarrassment. Dr. John's maleness. Oh my God. 2 people, you both in a row. HMS Gen X lady says like Dr. John and his maleness. And Gemini goes, Dr. John's maleness, ... Like, ew, no, even he wants to hear about that. Well, Dr. John is probably locked in his cage in the garage, Nomi. So I don't know if she allows him to have YouTube in there. Probably. She probably wants him to watch her while he's in the cage.
there is a lot of that, but I've been through too many crime stories in 35 years, and I can tell you that it's not just maleness. No. In fact, my biggest book.
Oh yeah, Lauren, nice try, but now she just pulled the rug out from under your very funny joke about maleness. She made you look stupid. Oh, she's not your friend, maybe. Hard to tell. You thought she was your friend, but now she just said you were wrong in front of everybody. What could it mean?
Book Cruel Sacrifice is about 4 teenage girls that killed and tortured a 12-year-old.
Okay, yeah, moving along. She's the only thing this woman is herself. And she thinks that the fact that she has seen it all makes her somehow, I think that she thinks that gives her an unimpeachable value, right? Nobody can question her value because she is so incredibly streetwise about crime. I apologize. I don't like listening to this woman at all. I do not care for her. This is exactly the kind of person that gives true crime a bad name, because she doesn't give a single shit about the victims. All she cares about is herself, and making herself look important by sensationalizing the worst experiences of people's lives. She is a charlatan and a disgusting human being, in my opinion. This is completely revealing and nothing to be proud of.
My whole career. So yes, in this case, it was all about the maleness, for sure. In this case.
Oh, there's a little smile from Lauren. So she wasn't totally wrong. She got a little crumb there. Thanks, Aphrodite. Thanks for the crumb. It was this big with a little crumb.
For sure.
Someone's saying, Lauren, read the book. You will be asking Dr. John a lot of questions. I want to ask you that question, Aphrodite. After covering true crime for so long, writing so many books, you just said you have your own thoughts on it. I have a few thoughts too on criminals. I will say this. For one thing, I feel like a lot of criminals don't.
Lauren also has thoughts. She has some thoughts about criminals. She is also a budding true crime goddess.
Don't have a sense of humor. So now that's like a little bit of a red flag for me. I'm like, I don't always, like a good sense of humor. But
Right.
What is it that you see that is common? Sorry, I have a little bit of a chronic cough here.
Okay.
But you made a good point. Monster teenage girls, whatever the case. What is it that you see in criminals oftentimes that they have in common?
Well,
Wow, great question, Lauren. Wow. Did you just come up with that now, just on the fly like that? Amazing.
for sure, the narcissism.
Yeah.
Okay, that that is the number one thing. It's the world that revolves around them and their needs and desires. But also, they become obsessed with their crime. They become obsessed with committing the crime, and then after the crime and the follow and aftermath of the crime.
The projection is strong with this one.
So they follow it, you know? And it's bizarre to me, but that's part of their psyche. That's what I have put together over the years.
That's what she has put together over the years. Wow. It's amazing to be around Aphrodite, just to be around her. You just soak up the genius. I mean, her insights are truly groundbreaking. Truly.
It's not just the narcissism and the egomaniac and the warped mentality that I'm the center of the world and what I want is going to happen and I can kill and I can be God and I will not get caught and la la la, until they do get caught and then they turn into weasels, right? Then they want their lives saved. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Again, I mean, groundbreaking insights, Aphrodite. Amazing. It's amazing. Truly. I mean, this is why we want to hear from professionals, because their insights are always open up new facets of things that we might not have been able to see for ourselves. Her expertise is just, what a gift. What a gift it is to have these two true crime goddesses here. Chills, honestly, chills.
Who's the guy recently that took the life sentences? The go-go serial killer.
Oh yeah, Rex Heuermann.
Rex.
Who was it? Who recently, like, she can't quite remember? Good Lord. Okay, sorry.
Heuermann. Yeah.
He's killing women left and right all over the world in Long Island and maybe Vegas, we don't know. And meanwhile,
yeah. Good Lord. Okay, so I don't know, people. I feel like we've seen enough of this. Do other people feel like we've seen enough of this? I feel like I've seen enough of this. Yeah, I'm not even getting anything out of it at this point. I was thinking that maybe we could watch the new Olap thing instead. Are people down with that? Because I don't want to give this Aphrodite Jones woman any more of my time, quite frankly. I would rather not hear from her. So I'm just going to search up the new Olap. There it is. Here it is. Hang on, let me pause it, put it over here. Let me share this tab instead. Okay, here we go. Right, Nomi? Sorry, I have lost connection somehow here. I gotta start over. Hang on. Let me just. Hey, sorry, I don't know. Maybe it just said I lost connection or whatever. So I'm just starting over. Sorry about that. Web sleuths. Here it is. Okay. I'm just going to start over. I'm not sure how much of you heard because it disconnected. So you guys can hear me, right? Can you put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and you can see everything?
I've been telling you that I have a bill due at the end of the month for StreamYard. It is $807.
Oh, seems like what we're doing here is some dry begging. Okay, that's what this is about. She's talking about her bill coming up due.
$75. And let me tell you why my StreamYard is so expensive. They charge quite a bit when you have co-hosts, and I have to have 2 people that can log in and have the same abilities as I do. Okay, not just join up on panel. I need Insightful One to be able to, do all the things that I do technically, and the same thing with Ping. So they charge for that. And also what they charge for is storage, because now my videos are going on YouTube, which is great. But at any time, and we know how weird YouTube is, YouTube could shut me down and shut off all of my videos that I can't have access to them. So I have to store them. I store them on StreamYard, and they charge for that. And the bill for the year, this is for the year now, is $875 when it was just me.
But why would YouTube shut you down, Tricia?
And I wasn't storing anything. It was like $300, I think, for the year. So that's why it's so expensive. But I have got to come up with the money in like 2 weeks. So I have pinned on the chat the PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. And if half the people tonight in chat could donate $1, that's it. If they could do that, for 10 days, I'd be doing great.
That's not even dry begging, man. That is straight up begging. That is just straight up begging. And it's not just you. The reason mine is so expensive is because it's the same price for everybody who hosts guests on StreamYard. Quit acting like you're so special.
Once again, was accused of stalking someone. And I'm not going to say who or anything, but it was told to somebody I respect and love a great deal. And I was just shocked. And I don't stalk people. It's a lie.
I feel like she should have more feelings of communion with Christina than with Lauren if she has been falsely accused of being a stalker. Why wasn't she more on Christina's side?
Shall we move on to trolls? I don't even want to talk about this. Oh my God.
She's pretty hard done by, old Tricia. All she is doing is she's just out here trying to do the right thing and just do good for the people that have suffered from bad crimes. And it just is not fair the way she just is constantly put upon by all of these expenses of living.
If you were watching us Saturday night, I played a phone call that I got, and it's these people that are totally trying to freak me out. They won't tell me who they are. They know a lot of personal information about me. They're trying to get me to go to this home in Utah for some reason. It's just weird. These calls are just weird. Very, very late last night, I got a very disturbing phone call. They sounded like teenagers, young adults. They knew my real name. They knew about some property that I owned. They were asking me all these weird questions. And I taped it. I got it on tape. I got most of it on tape. And I'm trying to figure out what this was about. I don't want to say too much about it, but
so why is she bringing it up if she doesn't want to say too much about it, do you think? Is that part of the grift? Is this like part of telling this sob story about being pranked and trolled and everything is going to make people feel sorry for her? And so they'll cough up some dough for her StreamYard? Is that what she's up to?
I don't know if it has anything to do with the recent uptick in the person that I told you that is posting weird things about me. I don't know if it has anything to do with that, or if it's just these kids were just being weird. The only reason.
So how many of you guys have like loads and loads of people who have terrible things to say about you and would like to see you face consequences for the terrible things that you did? Because she seems to have an awful lot of trolls and an awful lot of people who tell lies about her, according to her, and people who want to wreck her life for no good reason. The last Olap video was about the trolls that ruined her chance at getting a good offer from a broadcast TV network for her web sleuth show. So she seems to collect people who don't like her. I'm wondering if it's similar to Lauren and the ladies in waiting who are all jealous of her. It's probably that, right? It's probably people who are jealous of her.
The reason I bring it up, I just think it's important to let everybody know a little bit of what's going on, just in case, for whatever.
Just the right amount. Just the amount that's going to make you feel sorry for her, but it's not going to reveal what she's been up to that is upsetting all these people.
Whatever crazy reason. So I just think it is somebody that, hold on. Okay. Hold on one second. So anyway, it's somebody that wanted to mess with me for whatever reason. But it was very, very, very disturbing. Again, I don't think it has anything to do with trolls on the internet. I really don't. But then I don't know. It's just bizarre. Again, if you read anything about me that is contrary to what you know me to be, please do not believe it.
Oh man, this is the getting ahead of the narrative thing, like Lauren, right? They all have the same playbook, these people. They all have the same playbook. When all of their shenanigans are on the verge of coming out, they want to get ahead of it and control the narrative by giving you just enough information that it looks like they are the victims. But and then they'll go, well, I mean, this is all I can tell you. I can tell you this much. I can say this much. You know, it's a tactic and a manipulation. I think that genuinely, I think that Tricia manipulates like she breathes. Very much like Lauren, like this is who this person is. And it's an operating system that just is going all the time, and that she is never any more genuine or real than she is right now when she's lying and bullshitting and trying to get you to believe a false narrative to get herself out of hot water. I think ducking and diving is a way of life for Tricia.
Do not believe it for one single second. Okay, hold on 1 second. Hold on. Who's this?
Exactly, don't we?
Okay, guys. Remember that story I told you at the beginning? It came from a private number, and that was a private number, and I bet that was them. That's someone trolling you, Tricia. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I don't know why. That's what.
Sorry, she just said that her phone was ringing, and that was the people that were phoning her. She should have answered the phone, and then we could have heard the whole thing. Is that what just happened?
I need to figure out. So they claimed that my name and number was spray painted somewhere, and went and checked it out. No, my name and number is not spray painted anywhere. It's just.
Yeah, that's a good insight, HMS Gen X lady. She's being vulnerable, as Lauren would say. Yeah, she's showing her vulnerable side so that people can see the real Tricia and understand that she hurts too. She hurts too. You know, it hurts her. Money helps. Money helps, but it hurts. But money helps. Money helps a lot.
It's the weirdest thing. So I'm sure that was them, because that's what they did last night. They kept calling and hanging up. And I thought it was one of my girlfriends, because her number shows up as private. And sometimes she, has some issues, some health issues. And sometimes I sit and talk to her till late at night. And I just thought it was her and the phone was disconnecting. But like I said, I got them on tape. So, okay, that's them. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hi, you're live on the air. They hung up. Are we going to have to do a don't F with Tricia, like the don't F with cats? I'm sure there are enough sleuths to help you here. Yeah. Right now, I think it's kids, but somebody has put them up to that. because
somebody has gone out and found a bunch of kids and put them up to this. Nobody, I am confused about Sarah Boone's contention that she's being, harassed on her tablet by some nasty person who just keeps coming back and saying horrible things to her, because I have not seen any evidence of that on the tablet. And I know that she can delete them, but when Tanika's 2 cents gets the tablet message records, I'm sure that they get them. They just get the messages, right? Like Sarah's not allowed to decide which messages go out. So I think that she made that up. Because otherwise, I could be wrong, but it doesn't make any sense to me, right? Does it? It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't believe anything she says anyway, yeah, but.
I said, why won't you tell me your name? They said they would get mad at us. Who's they? And
that's a lie. That's a straight up lie. I would bet my last dollar on that's a lie.
They knew a bunch of stuff about me. It was very troubling. Very troubling.
And yet she hasn't reported it to the police, which is interesting because during her field trip video, she told us about how she contacted and made a report to the police about the guy with the lanyard. She reported aggressive doorbell ringing to the police. So I find it weird that she would not report to the police harassing phone calls, multiple harassing phone calls from people who know things about her. So I think it's all a lie. And she's getting somebody else to call her, or she's calling herself or something.
But I really don't think it has anything to do with this on the internet. I think it's something completely different, which someday when I write a book, I'll tell you all about it.
Just a shadow person.
Hey, can you hold on?
Always has a.
Oh my God, Tricia, I'm begging you to write a book. Please write a book.
Fedora.
Can you hold on one second?
I'm done with my story.
Okay, hold on, don't hang up.
Okay.
Hi, you're live on the air.
It's still Marlene.
I know. This is another phone. You're live on the air. Okay. Did you want to check?
So she's got somebody else by the name of Marlene on a different phone over there. It's the mysterious proton email. It is. You're correct. I know, right, Glam Dolly? Did you see the picture of him? I just was watching. Jolene has was it Jolene? Oh no, I think it was Crush's live last night. I was watching Crush's live for a bit, and she had the picture. So I guess Tricia put up the picture of the guy. She blurred his face. We'll give her credit for blurring his face, but she posted a picture of the guy all over YouTube and said that he was like this nefarious guy that was coming to her door to try to trick her into, he was falsely representing himself as a. And then she just posted it online with all these allegations, and she has no proof of any of it. It's unbelievable. It is weird, right? I don't know how to deal with this YouTube thing. Like, how are they allowed to get away with this? How is there not some other overarching law that regulates YouTube, that forces YouTube to deal with these kind of problematic people? How is this allowed to carry on? It is absolutely appalling. And it's irresponsible not only of the people doing it, but for the people that are platforming it. It's absolutely. I feel like she's been defaming Daphne all over the place too, right? The way that she's been. I guess she didn't name the guy and she did blur his face. So I'm no expert on the law, but yeah, she's putting his likeness up there and then making suggestions that he's like posing as someone that he's not. And if you know that person, blurring his face is not going to hide that from you, right? I don't know. I feel like there must be a way. Maybe we need to get some kind of a campaign going where we can kind of get the attention of somebody at YouTube and launch a protest. Hey, it's okay. Thanks. I think Helen's on top of it. I think it's all good. Why don't you come up and sit with me for a minute?
tell your story? These are the people I was telling you about that were freaking. Hello.
Hello.
Do you want? You're live on the air. They hung up. Okay. Sorry, Marlene. I know that was confusing, but that's my job, is to completely confuse you. Here they are again. Hi, you're live on the air. Go ahead. Hello. You're live on the air. What's your story? You're live.
Apples, you're live on the air. What's your story? What do you want to say? What have you got to say to the people? You're live on the air. Hello. You're live on the air. Well, now that he's live on the air, he's got nothing to say. Yes, I know.
Live on the air.
You're live on the air. You are live on the air.
You're live on the air.
Who is alive on the air?
Oh, they're breathing heavy now. That's good. You know, we've been talking about needing a CPAP machine. Would that be something that you need?
We're Gen X. We grew up with that. That was an everyday thing.
Right. They're breathing heavy here.
Yeah.
So let's listen to them breathe. So what are you doing? You are live on the air, by the way, just so you know. What? Where's who? Greg? I don't know. Can you enlighten us? Can you guys hear this? Did you hear him say that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure it's recording. So, but you are live on the air right now.
Oh my God, that is so spooky. She's got the person live on the air and they're whispering about whether or not Greg is there. Oh my God. She's so brave, right? She's so brave. Wow. This is amazing.
Okay. Yeah, these are the people I was telling you about last night. These are the same kids. They're kids. I think actually they're probably not teenagers. They're probably like 12.
I don't know what I thought this video was going to be, but this is so much stupider than I could have guessed. Nomi. See, now Nomi has his thinking cap on because clearly, what year is this? 2023. I bet that it was Beth B, but she's time traveling from the grave. That's what I think. This is very, very interesting. I cannot wait to see what happens next.
So, but anyway, you're breathing heavy. Would you like us to order you a CPAP machine?
Oh, that's very funny. She's very funny. So there we go. Now we have another role for Stacy. See, there's plenty of things that Stacy can do. She could be the crank caller.
Where's Greg? I don't know. Maybe he's up your ass. I haven't checked. I'd never say things like that.
Sorry. What? Does she normally check up people's asses when she's looking for things? Oh, God.
You know, lots of vulgarity, and yeah, it's awful. Are you saying Greg? Are you saying Greg? Yes or no? Are you saying Greg? Are you saying Greg? Or yes, you are, right?
Okay, who's asking the questions here anyway? I thought that was the crank caller was asking the questions. Now she's asking the questions. I mean, that's pretty amazing the way she turned to the tables like that.
Okay. Greg is, I've told you about him. He is the second cousin that was my stalker. And I had to get a restraining order against him.
Okay, I'm sorry. I mean, I thought that the Beth B stuff was pretty ridiculous. And I thought that the Susan Pruitt stuff was pretty ridiculous. For those of you who don't know, Beth B is a donor of a subscriber to the channel that Tricia grifted off for many, many years and then tried to contest her will to get money off her. And Susan Pruitt is the person who bought into Web Sleuths and then sued Tricia for not keeping up her end of the bargain. I thought both of those things were terrible, but this is, I'm not even sure what the word for it is. I was going to say bizarre, but it's beyond bizarre. It's not even, it's like delusional behavior. Like, I can't, what is going through her head that she thinks that this is appropriate content for her channel? But then on the other hand, does this kind of stuff pay dividends for her? And is that why she's doing it? Are her followers so credulous that they are following along with this and believing that she's receiving these scary calls and that she is somehow sleuthing it out and trying to find out what's going on and gain the upper hand against the bad guys? Like, does anybody believe that any of this is real? What is even happening? I don't know how Gobsmack doesn't even cover it. This is wild.
He's not allowed up in the area in Wanship anymore unless his parents are with him, and he's in his 50s. So obviously this has something to do with him. And if you think you're scaring me.
And they're just like sitting on the phone waiting for her to finish talking so they can have their turn to speak. Who does she? Oh my God.
You're not, because this is hilarious. In fact, it's actually increasing my viewers right now. I'm getting good ratings right now because of you, because you're live on the air. So
there you go.
So what?
There, that answered my questions, right? It's literally a grift to try to increase her viewership and increase the donations that she thinks she's going to get to pay for her, what's it called? StreamYard. This is, hey, Tricia, nice to see you. She uses it to, yeah, like, what is even happening here? This is beyond weird, right? This is like, I don't even know what to say here. This is like theater that she's putting on to scare her viewers into giving her money. This woman is like, even when she was sort of full-throatedly supporting Lauren and Grayson throughout all of that, I had no idea who this woman was. Like, I thought her support of Lauren was pathetic. This is unbelievable. This is some of the craziest shit I have ever witnessed in my life.
You just spoke to Greg, okay? What did he say?
He said you're right.
I'm listening out for a ribbit in the background of the prank call.
He says I'm lying. Okay, that's good. Good. Now I know where to get my restraining order again. So it does have something to do with my sex.
Yes, she's in danger, people. She's in danger. And if you don't help her pay for her StreamYard, something is going to happen. Something.
Cousin. Okay. That's good to know. Okay. Are you with Greg right now? Because you'd probably like to hang out together.
Yes.
You're with Greg right now. Oh, boy. Well, give him my love. Tell him that I miss his parents. His mom is my cousin. And I hope he's feeling better. I know he was sick for a little.
She has just identified someone as a stalker online. Someone that we could all potentially maybe find, right? Because it's somebody that's related to her. So if you had particularly, if you had good research skills, you could probably find this person. And she's putting that out to the internet and telling them all that this person is dangerous and threatening to her. That's yeah. Wow.
A while. And just tell him I wish him the best and I hope he has lots of happiness.
Well, that is really big of her. She is really a big person. I feel a little bit teary actually just thinking about how generous she is. Even though this person is tormenting her, she is still in her heart. She finds it to wish the best for him. I mean, they broke the mold when they made Tricia.
You're coming back in soon.
I don't know what you're talking about, and I'm not going to answer any questions.
We heard you're coming back in town soon.
I'm not going to say yes or no to anything. Sorry.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
This reminds me a little bit of her behavior on the field trip, where it seemed to me like she was trying to showcase for her audience all of her very important sleuthing skills, and that she was all savvy. You know, she pulled up behind the car and she was like, I'm kidding, I'm going to take a picture of the license plate and I'm going to drive around the block extra to make sure that he doesn't come out just as soon as I drive away. Like, she's trying to show herself as like, oh, she's so scrappy. She's so scrappy and tough, right? And her viewers are like, oh, be careful, Tricia. Oh my goodness, be careful. She's taking on the dangerous criminals.
I don't know what you're talking about. Hmm?
Yeah, totally.
You realize you're live on the air now, right?
You have some nice blonde hair.
I have nice blonde hair. Okay. Are you watching right now?
What?
Are you no, they're not. Never mind. Okay. Well, yeah, just give Greg my love, okay?
We're enjoying the live.
What?
We're
Oh,
enjoying the live.
You're enjoying the live? Oh, that's good.
oh my God, they're watching right now. It's so spooky. Oh my God. Oh my God. I gotta run to the bathroom, but you guys keep watching. Oh my God.
Good. That's very good. So they are watching. Okay. Very good. That's good. I'm glad.
Not we.
Not we. What do you mean?
We have to tell you something.
Say again?
We have to tell you something.
Well, tell me. Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell me.
Greg said that when you moved out.
Oh, they hung up. Okay, well, that's good to know. So it's my second cousin stalker, and I don't know who these people are. I don't know who these kids are, and I don't know why he started up again. This has been 5 years ago, and so yeah, you guys could hear him okay? I take it.
I could. I
Okay.
had the phone up to my ear. I could hear.
Well, good. I just wanted to make sure we were getting it recorded. So I don't know why he's focusing in on me again. I told you what he did years ago. And I think it was because I signed an affidavit because he had an order to stay away from my neighbor. And he drove up to my neighbor's house and flipped him off. And I signed an affidavit saying I saw him. And that's when he started stalking me. And I told you he went on Web Sleuth and opened like 20 windows. He joined. And then he put up a Google map to my house with my phone number and told everybody that I like to party at 2 a.m. and to call me. So they're connected with Greg. I don't know who they would be because Greg has no friends. And I feel bad for him. It's not his fault. Okay. I think he wants to be loved. And there's just something wrong with him. And my heart breaks for him because his mom and
Okay, sorry, I missed a lot of that, but this is just a complete and total manipulation. And I cannot believe that anybody would fall for this shit. She's just literally making up this story to make it sound like she's in danger. And yet she's got this big heart and she's so understanding that even though this person is tormenting her and threatening her, she's still finding it in her heart to feel for him and to show compassion for him. And it's a complete and total lie and manipulation. And I'm honestly really deeply shocked at how disordered this woman is and how far she is willing to go to scam the people who look up to her and think that she is some kind of an important figure in the true crime community. My heart breaks for the people that are falling for this stuff and paying her bills for her so that she can carry on grifting off of people. I am literally right down to the tips of my toes shocked by this behavior.
And Dad are lovely people. And I'm sorry that I really am sorry that he's going through some horrible things. And I wish him no ill will at all. But I won't be intimidated. I won't be scared.
Yeah, because nothing is happening. There's nothing to be intimidated or scared by. Do you notice that Stephanie, or what is her name? Stacy is not saying anything, right? Like, don't you think that Stacy would be saying something if this was real, that she would be commiserating with Tricia, saying something about, oh, how good she is, like how good it is of her to still think of him and to understand that he's just ill or whatever? Like, would she not say something? I mean, it's not even just the level of duplicitousness and lying that she's willing to do. It's the stupidity of it. It is the barefaced stupidity of it.
Because you know what? I am not afraid to do what I need to do. But really quickly, for those.
Yeah, and what she needs to do is grift off of her, trusting followers. Look at this dump that she's in here. Like, what a mess. I can practically smell the place. God, what a gross human being. I'm sorry, that sounds really mean, but I am just extremely annoyed by this woman right now. The contempt is like rising in my chest and threatening to choke me. I'm so angry at this.
Those of us just joining, we have a big bill due in StreamYard. It's paid once a year. It is $875. I need to pay it in a couple of weeks, and I need to raise the money because I don't have it. So I have put the information here, the PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. If you could donate, even if, like I said, if half the people in chat tonight could donate $1, we'd be doing good. And they could donate $1 every day for like 10 days. It would be wonderful.
But if they just donated $10 on one day, would that also be wonderful? This is really weird. It's reminding me of when the whole thing about Lauren and Dr. John started coming out. And when I was watching the Dr. John response video, and my mouth was just hanging open at how obviously full of absolute crap he was. And just the audacity of him putting that out there. And I am reliving that here. Only, to be fair to Dr. John, he did get a PhD, whereas this dingbat has got a couple of semesters of community college, and it shows. My God. And it's not just about the education, but she is literally one of the dumbest people that I have watched on YouTube. And certainly she is has the fewest morals. She's right up there with Lauren and Dr. John and I mean, you name it. What's her name? Elizabeth Holmes, the one who tried to sell us all on Theranos. These people are insane. And when they have their crazy origin story too, right? Like that they are somehow integral to the fate of humankind or something, you know, like Elizabeth Holmes was with her groundbreaking blood testing thing. And, you know, Tricia's over here with her version of it, right? With her web sleuths, like we are integral to the solving of all these unsolved crimes. And, you know, if it wasn't for Tricia, all of these, you know, this forum where all of these people can get together and solve all these unsolved crimes wouldn't exist, right? Like she's somehow the godmother of all of this true crime. She's so important a figure. Without her, what would happen, right? Like you have to help pay for the StreamYard. You have to help pay for the servers, because if you don't, the site is going to go down. And then what, right? Like, so fucking who cares if the site goes down? Honestly, like something something so much better could come along and fill its place.
So please, if you want this live stream to continue, we got to pay that bill. Haven't had a call since early Sunday morning from them, so I hope they've stopped. But they've been pretty awful. Now,
maybe she's blue because she's so sad about her cousin Greg and his troubles that he's having. She's feeling blue on his behalf.
Here's the weird thing. I don't think those calls have anything to do with the trolls on the internet. I just think I'm lucky enough to get these things at the same time.
Aw, I think it's that you're an extremely bad person and you have harmed almost everyone who has ever come into contact with you. And there are a lot of people who have grievances against you. And also your crank caller is Stacy.
And what's happening on the internet is there are two different people, and they've been doing this to me for years, who make up lies about me, say I'm a criminal, say I'm stalking them, I've lied, I steal, just horrible things about me.
Yeah, we have evidence of all of that now, don't we? We've got the receipts. Yeah, exactly. She begs for money and then, oh, what do you know? The phone, oh, it just kept on ringing, Like, oh my goodness, who could it be? And throughout, not a peep from Stacy throughout, right?
And they've started up again, and I don't know why. It's just weird.
Okay, so did they sit around together, her and Stacy, and go, what can we do? How can we grift up some money? What could we say to get people feeling sorry for us, right? Like, yeah, that's the other thing, right? I remember that same thing with Lauren and her pity party thing of like, they talk about their terrible behavior and the responses to their terrible behavior as though this is something that we all go through, right? As though that's completely normal, as though we all have text threads with friends where we just get on there and rip people to shreds just to burn off steam, just to blow off some steam, because that's totally normal behavior, right? Like just and not like, I mean, we all are here getting together to trash Tricia, but we're not pretending to be Tricia's friend and then going behind her back to trash her. We are saying up front what we think about Tricia, right? These guys, to your face, they're like, oh, we're best friends. And then behind your back, they say the shitty stuff. And it's usually lies too, right? So I believe that they would like to kind of make a comparison where like, oh, we're saying mean things about them and it makes us, you know, we're saying, we're pointing fingers, but there's three pointing back at us, right? But there's no comparison, right? It's a false comparison. And people like this make those false comparisons all the time. So yeah, it's a completely different, but they will say that it's the same, right? You get the trolls coming over in the chat and going, you're using Tricia and you're just using her to make money and you're just grifting off the internet to make money, rather than like what's actually happening, which is that people of good conscience are banding together to try to expose these grifters for who they are. There is no comparison.
And so I've asked everybody to please watch. And if you see something that somebody accuses me of saying,
if you see something, say something. Yeah, I see Tricia grifting on the internet, and I'm saying so. Tricia's grifting on the internet.
or doing, and it doesn't sound like me, then it's not. And let me know, okay? Because this has been going on for years. And there's a reason why these two women are doing this. It's because I exposed them for lying. And it happened a long time. I wasn't the only one. There was a lot of other people too, but
she doesn't have any receipts. She's got nothing to prove it. She's not even going to say who any of these women are. It's all just innuendo and speculation and pretense, and there's nothing concrete. It's just like the field trip video where she's like, oh, you guys aren't gonna believe it when we can tell you what's going on here, when we tell you what we found. Oh my God, chills. You guys aren't even gonna believe it. And then when the rubber meets the road, they got nothing. Nada, zilch, not a single receipt.
Anyway, Insightful One had a great thought today. Oh, and yeah, and today, that's the other thing.
Yeah, Insightful One. So if you don't know, Insightful One is Stacy. So Insightful One had a great idea today about how they could grift their viewers and get them to pay. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and guess that it's not even going to pay for their StreamYard bill, right? Because it's just going to pay for Tricia's gambling or her food or her whatever, maybe it's going to pay off her bill at the 7-Eleven down the street where she gets her food from. I mean, God knows. This kind of situation just basically makes you understand that every single thing that this woman does, everything that she is a lie. So everything that she does is a pretense. And you can't literally trust anything that comes out of her mouth.
Today, somebody told someone that I respect and love that I had been stalking them. I didn't even know this person's name. I'm like, what? So
Tricia, it's very confusing. I understand it's very confusing. So she is the stalker and the stalkee. So she is the person on the phone was her stalker, and the people she's talking about now have apparently been spreading lies about her stalking them. So we thought that she would maybe feel a little bit more compassion for Christina than what she evidenced throughout the Lauren Mathias saga. Having been falsely accused herself, it seemed like she might have been wanting to do some research, but apparently she has a short memory.
Insightful One had an idea, and she says, I wonder if somebody is posing as you and going around making comments. So I want to ask all of you if
yeah, it's somebody else who's acting badly and pretending to be you and getting you in trouble while you're just over here being innocently stalked by your cousin who you feel a great deal of compassion for. That sounds like yeah.
If you see my name and somebody posting something really awful, please let me know, because it's not me. Okay. Yeah. It's just not me. We found this is so weird. I did an interview with this guy, and it was just about Web Sleuths. I did it a while ago, and you found it, Insightful One, and it says interview with Tricia Griffith from websleuths.com. But you go into it, and they're talking to somebody who's an FBI profiler, and it's not me. It's this whole big article, this whole big interview that has nothing to do with me.
So why not show us a little clip of that so that we can have some proof that you're not just telling lies?
So I think he got the titles wrong. I think that he put my title on.
I have no idea what she's talking about, and I don't care, but I think you're 100% right, Billie Jean. She weaponizes the incompetent, harmless. Oh, I'm just such a bumbling idiot. I mean, I believe that she's a bumbling idiot, and that's why she's able to sell it so well. She's not as much of a bumbling idiot as she pretends to be, but I think you're absolutely right. And people feel they trust her in the first place because she claims that she cares so much about this. She has been doing it for a really long time, so that lends credence to her claims that this is, close to her heart and that it matters to her, not that it's the only grift she ever managed to get off the ground, right? So yeah, I think you're absolutely right, and it is beyond unethical. And this is what I'm talking about with the YouTubes. Like, I do really feel like, what is the deal with YouTube? Why is there no ethical code of conduct on this platform that allows us to get rid of people like this once and for all? She has been doing this for decades now. She's well into her second decade of scamming people for money off of her true crime content.
Interviewing this FBI and profiler, and then the FBI profiler title is probably on my interview somewhere. So if you see something where somebody's talking to me and they're acting like I'm an FBI profiler, that's incorrect. Hey.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would believe even for a second that she's an FBI profiler. I don't know. We just don't know. We got to figure this out. I can't figure it out. I got to go figure this out. I got to figure it out. She was trying to figure out whether or not she needed a power of attorney to be able to turn the lights back on at Beth B's place, when like this legal eagle over here is unaware of the fact that a power of attorney dies with the person. As soon as the person dies, the power of attorney is ripped up. So she's out here trying to get a power of attorney for a dead person. Sorry, I just am extremely fed up with Tricia just now.
I got to tell you, guys came through tonight. Okay, Venmo, you guys are the best.
How gross. You know who really came through tonight is Olop for bringing this video to us.
Oh my God, that's like what?
Wow.
Fourth of the way there, practically.
I know you've been really worried about it.
Oh yeah, it's just been terrifying.
Wow, that's incredible. So a quarter of the way there. So she only has to take 3 or 4 more fake prank calls to get, to get her money, to get her dough. So yeah, she's a horrible person. I guess we already knew that, and that's partly why we're here. But my goodness, what a nightmare human being. And that Aphrodite, yeah, are you Quintessence? Are you sort of a little bit back for at the beginning? She does seem like she's on something. She seems like she's high on her own supply, and that she also might be snorting something, some little ground up meth pills or something. Like, yeah, she seems like a complete loon. And I feel like Lauren was taking notes. And in fact, I would be kind of curious to see Lauren on amphetamines rather than the opioid things that she seems to prefer, because she might be, I don't know. I don't care for Lauren in any way. Honestly, I can't even imagine sitting down for a cup of coffee with her without wanting to commit some kind of a felony just to get away from her. Kresha says, I found the stream with the announcement of plans for her new background plans, where she shares photos of her new blue couch and white bookshelf stored somewhere for now. Looks like it could be Beth B's. Oh, like she got it from Beth B. Interesting. Yeah, the Jolene was doing she showed the the video that was about 4 months after Beth B passed. She showed the video of Tricia's, the big reveal of the new studio, and she never mentioned. She never. There you go. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, how she needs to stay awake somehow, right? Yeah, but she never shared. So the night that she revealed her new glow up studio, she never shared that it was from Beth B. Hi, Beth. Nice to see you. We missed you in the chat today. Yeah, she never shared that it was from Beth B. And then months later, she did a live where she shared that it was Beth B. That it was all from Beth B. So we've all been speculating on how, what exactly, right? How did she, yeah, hit the like, you guys, if you can. Thank you. I would appreciate that. I always forget. Yeah, it's all very, oh, you're about to upload it. Awesome. I will come. Are you doing a live tonight, Krishna? Because I'll come over and watch you if you're going to be on live. Yeah. I am feeling very, I don't know how to describe it exactly. I am feeling some kind of a way about this. I find this extremely upsetting. Yes, right? She creates, who was it that, it was Jolene that said she creates community and then she threatens to take it away, right? Unless people pay and send her money. She creates this community where all these people come because they feel like they belong and they've found some real friends. And then she says, oh, we're going to lose it all, right? If I can't pay for my servers, if I can't pay for my StreamYard, if I can't pay for my whatever, we're going to lose it all, right? So yeah, they feel, not only they feel sorry for her, but they feel like they're losing something that is meaningful to them, right? And I mean, we can all relate to that because the true crime community is meaningful to us. And we come here for that very reason and for that community, right? And then to have her using that to get the money, that was actually, we gotta give the credit for that one to Jolene. I am repeating what Jolene said, but I thought it was incredibly insightful. Yeah, I think that Jolene has been really spot on about a lot of this. She's very quick to sort of catch the sort of what the underlying thing is. And I think, yeah, I am beyond dismayed by all of this, because it means to me, what it means to me is that there's probably a lot more of these people on here doing this kind of stuff that we just don't know about yet. And I'm really curious if there's a way that we could get some kind of a code of ethics going, right? Even if it's just like, I don't know, like, I mean, codes of ethics are always kind of, not always, but they're often kind of considered, these are suggestions, right? We suggest that you act this way. But even if it was just like a large group of true crime creators that got together and said, hey, this is our, you know, code of ethics, right? This is what we are going to adhere to as we put this stuff out there. Maybe we could do that. Maybe we could band together and come up with something like that. I don't know if it would work, but it might be like a way to kind of give our own selves a kind of a, you know, a check of approval to go, these are the channels that feel, you know, that are adhering to these kind of ethics. And if you're not willing to, you know, if you're going to sign on to it, then you have to live up to it on your channel, or we're going to take you off the list or something. Like, I don't know. It's just a suggestion, just a thought, but I am feeling increasingly like one of the things that I found so dismaying in all of this was all of the efforts that all of these really good people went to reveal everything that had gone on with Hidden True Crime and how they had done Christina so wrong. And they just carried on. They just faced it out and carried on. And it doesn't seem like there's any consequences coming for them, you know? I mean, I see that Lauren appears to be completely falling apart as a human being because she can't go out in public now without, you know, in the true crime community without being, people know what a lying, scheming, backstabbing piece of human flotsam that she is, right? And that's got to be hard to take, you know? I mean, there is a cure, right? Self-inflicted, first of all. And the cure is also, could be self-inflicted if she chose to own up to her bad behavior and commit to becoming a better person, right? Oh, Tricia, the Victim's Bill of Rights, and it's extensive. If not for anything else, it could be a sort of a guide. I don't know. Yes, I think that's amazing, Tricia. That's see, great minds. great minds. I think it's a great idea. And I mean, even if it's just voluntary or whatever, right? At least we could maybe sort of plant in people's minds the idea that these are the things that we're trying to live up to, right? I know that it can be, we can get in here and start having fun and hanging out together. And I would be delighted to see something like that you came up with, Tricia. I would be delighted to see that. I think that's a fantastic idea. And I'm thrilled that you had that you were thinking in the same vein, because I feel like, maybe we need to regulate ourselves, right? If YouTube's not going to do it, maybe we need to do it. And I think it would be a great idea to publicize some standards. And so it would give people an idea of, so that when they saw this kind of stuff going on, that was kind of like, you're being a bit exploity there, that it might wake people up a little bit, right? Like, do you remember the doctor, or not the doctor, the Duty Ron and Ed Wallace supportive Lauren video? One of the things that pissed me off just to no end about that video was that they played a video in it of a story of a stalking victim. Thank you, Quintessence. Oh my God, that's so lovely. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. And I was saying, like, they're just using this. They're playing this video of this woman who was murdered by a YouTube creator who was murdered by a stalker, because they're trying to get the pathos, right? They're trying to get people all upset and worried and scared for Lauren, and people all up in their fear and everything, right? And to my mind, they exploited that woman who died at the hands of her stalkers so that they could make some kind of a point about supporting Lauren, who was lying through her teeth the whole time, and they never bothered to check it out. And I'm not sure that a lot of people would even recognize that as exploitation, right? We kind of get into this, like, oh, let's look at this, or we could put this in as an example or whatever, and forgetting that, like, you don't know who's watching that video. Maybe family members of this woman are watching this video, and suddenly out of nowhere, you have just reminded them of, do you know what I mean? Like, just, we should not be unthinkingly be using these people's tragedies as a way to score points on the internet, right? Yeah, you might be getting exploited if. I think that's exactly right. Yeah. Okay, what did random old lady say? Something good. Seems like everybody's laughing. Okay. Okay, everyone, I stubbed my toe while I was saving the cat from falling out the toilet while she was escaping the dogs. I think the cat might need an operation, so you got to send me money twice. Send me 2 times money. Anyway, yes, tragedy pimps. Tragedy pimps, exactly. And I covered that video. I covered their video. I had no idea that other video was on there. And then afterwards, I was like, God, I wish I had skipped over that video instead of allowing it to play on my stream. Because it was one of those moments, right, where it just got past me in that moment, and I felt bad about it afterwards. And I made a sort of a vow to myself to be a little bit more careful about that kind of thing, like the thing of making, Lauren and everybody were out there making the merch of, I can't think of her name, the woman at Lori's trial who said, don't flatter yourself. And then they all ran out there making merch about that, right? We're all going to make money and we're going to laugh and laugh and laugh about don't flatter yourself. And like, that's not yours to make money off of. That was something somebody said in a murder trial, right? Nancy Jo, thank you. And I thought Nancy Jo was amazing. And I was absolutely disgusted by the hilarity with which everyone started selling merch that, yeah, Hosslong to Grift in the cold. Exactly. Like, just disgusting. And I mean, I got no problem with people selling merch that promotes their channel. My little tagline is, consequences are my love language. I don't have any merch, but if I was going to have merch, I would feel okay about putting my own saying that I came up with, that is the tagline for my channel, advertising my channel, that kind of thing. But I don't feel like it's cool to, to make money off of the most difficult moments of people's lives, just as an aside, on merch. Like, I mean, I get that we need to report on these crimes, but there are ways and there are ways, right? Yeah. I mean, I just find it very, very tiresome the way that everybody has jumped on that merch bandwagon, not realizing, that the people whose lives were altered forever by these things are out there, right? And you're having a joke and wearing your t-shirt and belonging to your club of everybody who gets the joke. But it's not a joke, right? It's not a joke to the families and the survivors. And you don't need to do that. And I get that we get together to laugh, right? I get that we need that. We need that outlet, because a lot of what goes on is terrible, but I just, to me, that feels like exploitation, and I am never going to be comfortable doing it. And I am never going to spend money on anybody else's merch that is making money off of the worst day of someone's life. So yes, Tricia, justice for all victims. Yeah. So anyway, my little dog is going to be ready for his supper 10 minutes ago. So I am going to love you and leave you, and thank you all for coming and supporting and hanging out and listening, and being a part of this community of people who have deeply held values that they are willing to act on. It means a lot to me to be a part of this community, and I am glad you're all here with me. So, Boss Lady, always appreciate your support, all of you. I appreciate your support, your comments, your activities in the chat. I have had some financial support today, which means the world to me also, and just thanks everyone. So I hope everybody has a wonderful Wednesday night, and I will probably be back live again on Friday. So until then, I hope everybody has a lovely evening. Bye.